Many of the baby boom and Generation X group are starting to face the task of helping their parents downsize out of the family home. As a matter of fact, in the last 15 years, I've helped both my parents and my wife's parents make that transition, downsizing from the family home and eventually moving to a senior center when health needs arose. So let's talk about my experience right now. Because of my personal experience and seeing the need in the industry, I have become certified as a Seniors Real Estate Specialist, SRES. I've also put together a team of experts to help clients in that transition. As you can tell, I'm in the middle baby boomer age range, and yes, I actually remember watching the Beatles on Ed Sullivan and being glued to the TV during the Apollo moon landings. Today we're going to have a quick overview video of many of the issues that you'll face. Over time, I will be adding more videos to my Senior Citizen Issues playlist. Please contact me at any time if you have any questions, and you're welcome to type them in the comments below. Stages of life. Let's talk about the stages of life. What your parents may want to do may depend on their stage in life. What is relevant is that these stages are not necessarily age-related, but often health-related. For example, you could be 90 years old and want to travel all over the world to fulfill your bucket list. Or you could be 65 and have vision problems and want to stay around the house. So let's generalize just a little bit and talk about the 3 key states of life as a senior. The first stage is what many people call the go-go years. Now, thankfully, this is the stage that my wife and I are in, and we've raised our kids and have the freedom to do pretty much what we want, depending upon the budget. My wife is an artist and a health professional, and she likes to go to art and health seminars. I, on the other hand, love history and love to travel to Europe every few years to envision the life of a Roman soldier or a Scottish Highlander. Our neighbors have a big RV and take off every so often with the grandkids and four-wheelers. Other neighbors go to their cabin in the mountains and spend the day trying to catch that big one with a special fly that they've just ordered online. You know, oddly enough, nowadays going to Europe costs about as much as taking that RV across country. And yes, I do remember gas at 30 cents a gallon. These are the great years in which your health is good enough to do what you want. The next stage is the slow-go years. These are the years in which one transitions from the very active go-go pace to a slower pace. No longer do you want to hike 20 miles, but instead you want to spend the day at the lake fishing or visiting art galleries. This is also a prime time to go on cruises with short jaunts into the towns and cities. These are the years when been there, done that becomes your excuse when your family tries to get you to do things you've already done a million times before. And this is a prime stage to downsize and declutter your life. You know, it's also an emotional time in which parting with memories becomes hard to do. And then you have the no-go years. This is the stage of life, and it frankly can happen at any time due to health, but generally is around the age of 85 and above. In this stage, you want to be around your family and really don't care to travel. As my 94-year-old mom says, I never want to get into another airplane. Many folks in this stage of life either live with their kids, live in a small condo or townhome, or have moved to a senior center. Any decisions made at this stage should consider that this is the last stage of life and that events can happen quickly. A healthy parent can be fine one day, but need to move into memory care within a few months. So the family should have all their ducks in a row regarding health care, legal paperwork, etc. Now we're going to drill down on these subjects in further videos, by the way. Now, one question for all of you now, which you can type in the comments below. Have you recently had to go through this process with a parent or relative? Reasons why seniors desire to move out of a family home. So here are some of the top reasons why folks want to move out of their home during their senior years. The biggest reason I see is too much yard to take care of, and I can really relate to this reason very well. When we built our home in Utah, we wanted a half-acre horse property. Now, we never wanted horses per se, but we wanted the elbow room and place to put multiple outbuildings, a large RV pad, and a wood shop. Now that we've experienced the joy of having a huge yard with its weed control, weekly mowing, and general upkeep, we're starting to see the benefits of a smaller yard. You know, I remember my mom and dad saying the same thing 25 years ago. I was depressed in a way that they would dare sell the family home with so many memories that I had, but they loved the new home they downsized to. Your parents may feel the same way. Our house has too many stairs. This is a big one. One of the reasons my parents decided to move was because they lived in a tri-level. It was up and down all day long. And as my mom's knees started giving her problems, and as the laundry was in the garage, and this is in California I'm talking about, she really wanted a one-level home. There are stair chair options, and they have come very far. In fact, there's a stair chair company as part of my team, but it may not be ideal for multiple sets of stairs. especially when a wheelchair becomes an issue. We don't need as many rooms. Empty nesters, we've all heard that term before. And some parents want to keep all the rooms just in case their kids want to move back home. And some parents want to get rid of all the rooms so that their kids will never want to move back home. But because my wife is an artist, she could make every former kid's room into an art studio. Whatever your parents decide, they now have the freedom to pick however many rooms they want in their house, and maybe 4 or maybe 10. We need to move closer to the kids. I see this a lot. The kids may be in different parts of the state, or they could be all over the country. As one grows older, especially when you're not in what's called the go-go stage of life, being close to family becomes very important. In Utah, I see a lot of seniors decide to move to St. George to enjoy the warm weather and golf, only to realize after they've done so that it's a real pain to have to keep driving back and forth to the Salt Lake area to see their grandkids. What many end up doing is buying a condo or townhome in the Salt Lake area and a regular home in St. George. This can be done with proper planning. We hate the snow. Speaking of St. George, the biggest reason I see for leaving the valley, and other than moving closer to the kids, is to escape the snow. And yes, this could be a good reason, especially if you have a north-facing home like I do, or if you don't have any good winter hobbies like snowmobiling, skiing, etc. Be aware, however, that if the grandkids are in the valley, or if your parents' health start to decline, at some point they will want to have a living option closer to the family. So keep that in your plans. We need to park the monster RV. If your parents are in the go-go years, they'll probably want to travel and do things while their health is good. Parking the RV becomes more important than having 10 bedrooms. They may want a 4-bedroom, 3-bath Rambler with enough room on the side for an RV. We have some health issues. This becomes critical at some point, and in many cases sudden. When my father passed away, I moved my mom from San Jose, California to Mesa, Arizona to be close to her sister. They enjoyed living close to each other for about 7 years, when all of a sudden my mom started developing health problems. Now, it was unfair to burden my mom's sister with taking care of my mom, so we sold her home in Mesa and moved her up to Salt Lake area to live in an independent living center, which was right near us. At the same time, she fully recovered, yay, and as of this video is a healthy 94 years old. However, if her health starts to falter, she's close by and in a center that can handle all stages of senior living, from independent care to assisted living to memory care if needed. Now, which of these reasons have you faced with your parents and your relatives? Go ahead and type them in the comments below. Types of homes they may want to move to. Now, I have other videos that get into detail on these options, but in general, I see people moving into 3 or 4 options. First option is a single-family Rambler with moderate yard. Now, your parent may still want the independence of their own home, but want to minimize the yard work and upkeep. So a typical 4-bedroom, 3-bath Rambler with 1/4 to 1/3 acre is the most popular. The basement can have other bedrooms or even a second kitchen for visiting friends or family. The second option would be buying a home and sharing it with one of the kids. I'm seeing more and more of this. Be sure to watch my video on buying a home jointly with parents, where I get into a lot of detail. What I see usually is for the senior parents to live in the basement with a full kitchen and outside access. The kids typically live upstairs. The third option is an active adult community, which is restricted to 55 plus or 55 plus community. Now, there are many 55 plus areas in Utah, and I have another video showing you where they are. In this case, the general rule is that the person living in the home must be over 55. The owner could be any age. Many areas allow up to 20% of the people living in the community to be younger than 55 years old. The fourth option is retirement communities with independent living, assisted living, and memory care. And these are the areas many call senior living centers. I will be making a video shortly that really drills down into the advantages and disadvantages of each. But in summary, health is the key determiner of which option you choose. My mother, for example, lives in an independent living center close to our house. They have many activities, singers, movies, and performers that come in several times a week, and weekly shopping and excursions to the grocery store and Walmart. I think they're even going to Wendover next week. She really enjoys that independence, and we still bring her home for family dinners on a regular basis. However, should her health get worse, she would only have to move from one section of the center to another. So here's a summary of some of the issues you may face when working with parents or relatives on this. Decluttering. You may need assistance in helping your parent declutter and pack. Painting. Painting the house and getting it ready to sell is a lot of work. Memories. There are a lot of emotional issues that may slow down the process of moving. Every piece that needs to be thrown away may be painful. Physical health. Not being ready to pack, paint, and move. Mental issues. Legal issue. Who owns the house? Is there a trust? How to buy the new house, equity, reverse mortgages, cash. Are you moving out of state or moving into a different state? And finally, the heirs. Will there be problems between siblings? These are just a few of the issues that may crop up. Now, I've built a team of professionals that I can call on to help with these issues because there's so many different issues and you need several different specialties to properly address them. Well, thanks for watching. Please comment below and stay tuned for more videos on this subject. Thanks.